still don't believe this. You're really not going to tell me?
You're a cop. You reveal your contact's name to just anybody?
Hey, just anybody? I'm your partner.
Listen, this guy's wound pretty tight. I gave him my word. Just go with me on this one, okay?
Well, then why am I here?
Backup. Wait here. I'll call you if I need anything.
At your beck and call. Cole, what's going on in there? Cole, you copy?
What's going on?
That explosion, didn't you hear it?
Hear what? You two have been offline here since you left.
He went inside the trailer. The whole thing blew up.
Cameron, where's Cole?
He's inside. And there's nothing I can do. It's gone.
It prowls the streets in the pursuit of justice. Its origins are secret. Its technology, 21st century. Its existence, officially disavowed. But its presence, undeniable. The perfect weapon for an imperfect future. Viper.
Say your goodbyes, you pay your respects. And then the tough part starts. Coming back here.
It just feels like he should be here.
Yeah, well, he's not. And he won't be. Ever again.
Frankie, do you have to be so damn morose?
Excuse me, but memorial services tend to do that to me. Especially when they're for a friend.
Cam, are you okay? You've hardly said 2 words since the service.
You know, something's just not right. It's been bugging me for the past couple of days.
Something besides the obvious?
Well, look at the circumstances the night Cole was supposedly killed.
What do you mean, supposedly?
He was meeting an informant, but he wouldn't tell me anything about the guy. He made me stay in the car, but he said he wanted me along for backup.
Man, that is kind of weird.
Standard operating procedures would have had him online with the complex. Why wasn't he? And forensics couldn't find any identifiable remains.
Well, if Cole was standing at ground zero of a blast that size, it's perfectly reasonable.
Good afternoon. I'm calling to extend the agency's sympathies to all 3 of you. Agent Cole will be sorely missed. I understand you've requested homicide reports.
Well, since Cole was our colleague, we're mounting our own investigation.
Your relationship is precisely the reason why the director has requested that you leave the investigation entirely to MetroPol. Any and all evidence you've collected is to be turned over immediately.
You're ordering us not to investigate Cole's murder?
Yes, Detective, I am. Recruiting a new driver for the team may take several weeks. I advise you all to maintain a state of readiness until further notice.
I was just wondering, sir, why was there no agency representation at Cole's memorial service today?
Drawing any connection between Agent Cole, the Viper Project, and this agency could compromise the integrity of the entire operation.
Still, it's customary when an officer is killed in the line of duty for top brass to be present.
Detective Westlake, security precludes me from discussing this matter with you any further. We will be in touch. End transmission.
All right. So now you're gonna tell me that he's not hiding something.
Well, of course he's hiding something. He's a bureaucrat. It's part of his job description.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, they sure as hell don't want us to find out.
I still haven't heard anything that couldn't be easily explained.
Individually. But if you put it together...
It adds up to what? That Cole wasn't killed in the blast?
Is that so far-fetched?
Hey, look, Westlake. I'd like to believe he's alive just as much as you do. But if he's not dead, then what the hell happened to him?
I don't know. But I intend to find out.
Four pages missing, gentlemen. 4 pages of our payroll. From Washington officials to local police, with detailed reports of payments made to them over the last 2 years. Gone. If that list falls into the hands of the feds...
It could blow our whole operation. Tell you, your uncle never would have let this happen.
It could have happened on anyone's watch, John.
I don't recall asking your opinion. Joe Massey kept his people in line. Allie kept everybody in line. I don't care if it was a drug lord, a triad leader from Shanghai, or the attorney general. Everybody knew who was the boss.
And before he died, he turned everything over to me.
Yeah, you may have grown up in the family business, but you've only been running the store for 6 months. And it takes time.
We don't have time. That's why I've hired a plumber to plug our little leak.
I tell you, I think we can handle this thing in-house.
Sorry, no. But I just don't share your optimism. Please send in Eddie.
Right away, Miss Massey.
Eddie.
For those of you who don't know him, I would like you to meet Eddie Morris. Eddie.
Allie, if you had a trailer that was destroyed in an explosion, what's the first thing you'd do?
File an insurance claim, I suppose.
Exactly. This is from the company that insured that construction site. The owner hasn't even contacted them.
And from that we conclude...
Well, maybe they were paid under the table for the damages. There may be a conspiracy at work here.
Listen, no matter how much you want to believe that Cole's not dead...
It's been 3 weeks and MetroPol doesn't have a single suspect.
And we don't have a single alternative explanation.
Not yet.
Cam, accept it. Cole was killed in the blast that night.
Thought I had the timing problems worked out, but I guess I got a little more tweaking to do.
Any excuse to drive the car, huh, Frankie?
You know, eventually we're gonna get a new driver in here. And the Viper's gonna be back out on the road. Now, when that day comes, it's gotta be in top running form, or it's my ass, Westlake.
Well, don't you think you're overdoing it a little bit?
No, I don't. And don't you think you have something better to do?
Come on, guys. Arguing isn't going to change the situation.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Sorry. Me too. I think I've got to get out of here for a little bit.
Hey, Louise. Whole lot of new faces around here. Though I see you hung on to John Lazenby.
Lot can happen in 4 years, Eddie. Bet you never dreamed I'd be the one to take over.
I would have bet on you then, and I'd do it again now.
So, what happened to you then?
I told you I was working for the Landys in D.C.
But I never understood why you left. Joe liked you, he trusted you, and I thought you knew how I felt about you. Then one day we turn around and you're gone.
I had a lot of respect for your uncle. I just didn't care for his management style.
Maybe he ruled with an iron fist. But the one thing he taught me is that you don't keep all this without it. What have you got for me?
What you asked for? A name.
Noel Flynn, right?
And here I would have thought you'd have pegged Lazenby as the traitor.
John and I might give each other a hard time, but I trust him. Just like my own uncle. Flynn, I've been having some serious concerns about.
And your instincts are on target, as usual. The name's Kenneth Secord, deep cover operative for the feds. He's the one that took down the Montoya family in New York a couple of years back.
And this son of a bitch has been here over a year. Got his hands on the list. How did you get a hold of this?
You spend enough time in Washington, you can't help but get to know a few people.
You cracked the door with this, Eddie. But
I didn't walk through it.
you confirmed my suspicions about Flynn, exposed him for the scumbag that he is. So if you want, I'll pay you now. And you walk, no strings.
That's not what we talked about. You said you wanted a right-hand man.
And you think you're qualified?
Just tell me what you want.
I want Secord gone. For good.
You want it, it's done.
I remember you drawing up the plans for this company when I was doing research for you at the Defense Department.
And now, Amerisec is on the verge of revolutionizing the security industry. We're marketing a high-tech, privatized police force that's cheaper and more effective. And I'd like you on my team, Allie. I need someone of your caliber as my director of development.
Are you offering me a job?
Interested?
I'm flattered, Louis, but I can't. I mean, I'm tied to my present position.
Oh, sit down, please. Let's see if this salary offer doesn't loosen the knot.
Wow. Are you sure you put the decimal in the right place?
That's what I believe you're worth, Allie. Can your special projects team say the same?
I just need to think about it. Can I call you tomorrow?
Yeah. Anytime.
Thank you.
I thought we took care of this with the last adjustment.
Are you recalibrating the car's fuel injection again?
Well, the mixture's still 6% too heavy. If I don't correct it right now...
Frankie.
Yeah?
Have you thought about taking a little vacation? Maybe going down to Florida, catch the Daytona 500?
What, are you serious? Does a mother leave her young? I mean, this car needs me now more than ever.
Getting a little worried about Frankie.
I think that's just his way of dealing with his grief.
Yeah. Like trying to prove Cole's not dead is mine.
You said it, I didn't.
You know, maybe you're right. Maybe I should just accept it and move on. What about you? How are you handling it?
I'm just trying to keep my mind occupied. Right now, for instance, I'm projecting my income over the next 20 years. Not a pretty picture.
What brought that on?
A job offer.
A job? Well, you're not thinking about leaving, are you?
Louis Kelsey made me an offer today. A very lucrative offer.
Well, how lucrative?
Wow. That was my reaction.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know. It's not just about the money. It's about everything else that's been going on here, too. I mean, Cole's gone. And whoever replaces him, it won't be the same.
Yeah, I know.
What would you do?
It's hard to say. I mean, nobody ever offers a cop that kind of money. At least not an honest one. And I'd hate to see you go, but I'd probably take it.
It's good to have you back, Eddie. I thought maybe you'd given up the life.
I thought about getting out, but you know what it always comes down to. How else am I gonna do?
Tell you the truth, I never thought about it.
Besides, someone screws with you. There's nothing sweeter than capital. Let's go.
Where's the list?
Are you nuts? I didn't take it.
Don't screw with the C-Cord.
C-Cord? Who the hell's C-Cord?
Look, you want to play games, I'll kill you right now. Well, you can cooperate and make it easier on all of us.
Right, if I cooperate, you'll kill me anyway.
I'm interested in the list, not off in a Fed. But if I don't get it, count on it. You're dead.
Okay, I got the list.
Who else has seen it?
No one.
When did you get it?
I've said enough.
The lady asked you a question.
I got a hold of the payroll records yesterday morning, and I removed the 4 pages. I didn't think you were gonna miss it for a few days. I was gonna fly the evidence to Washington.
He's lying.
Look, if we get the list, we'll have the hard evidence. The feds will have a tough time making a case against you without it. Get the pages.
It's right over here.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Drop your gun! Both of you! I'll blow her head off!
I'm gonna lose it, Eddie.
I don't think so.
Gonna help you hire here, tell you.
He won't do it.
No?
He doesn't have the guts.
All right, let's go.
You're under arrest. I'm taking the list back to Washington. Can't shoot, Lee.
One tough customer, you know that?
We make a hell of a team, Eddie. Come on, get the list.
I'll be right out. I've got to get out of these wet clothes.
So how long did C-Court have access to the payroll records?
Officially, he didn't. But my guess is he could have seen them as much as a month ago. Do you think he was telling the truth when he said no one else knows about the list?
If the feds knew anything, the Justice Department would have indicted already. I'll begin damage assessment tomorrow. Make sure everyone on the list is still in our pocket.
You handled yourself like a real pro tonight, Eddie.
So did I pass the audition?
Actually, you haven't quite proven yourself just yet. Years ago, I was ready for this to happen, Eddie. And I thought you were too. But then you just took off.
Personal policy. I don't mix pleasure with business.
It's funny. I'm just the opposite. It's always been a hand and glove kind of thing for me.
My hand, your glove, is that it?
Maybe. You don't like that arrangement? I'll stuff some money in your pants and send you on your way.
Then pay up.
You son of a bitch.
You want me to work for you? I'm here. But I don't get involved with my employer.
You know, later on tonight, when you leave by yourself, you're gonna wish you had.
You may be right. But I'll always have this memory of you, Talia. Just like this. Always.
Just out of curiosity, what would it have taken, Eddie?
To get me in bed.
Yeah.
An equal partnership.
Get real. Be here tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock sharp. We've got work to do. Get out.
You got it, boss.
This work is cutting edge. I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far.
Good. Well, now we come to the nerve center. Each of these rooms is devoted to one of our pilot cities. This is our typical arrangement. Demonstrates the kind of service we provide. We've covered 6 square blocks with our city safe security package.
Surveillance cameras watching the streets, computers tied into the 911 and police communication systems.
Allie, so far, the pilot programs have resulted in a 42% decrease in crime and a 26% increase in arrest rates in the affected areas.
And as director of development, I'd be in charge of new technologies.
If you'd agree to accept the position, Allie, I'd consider it a real coup.
Excuse me, can you zoom in here? I'd like to see who's getting in that car.
You got it?
What city is this?
Bay City. Is there a problem?
This data's stored, isn't it?
Yes, on DVD.
Can I get a copy of the disc?
Tim, would you retrieve the disc for Dr. Farrow, please?
Yeah.
You realize we're in sort of a legal gray area when it comes to releasing this kind of material.
My special projects team is assigned to MetroPol, so for all intents and purposes, I'm a cop. Thank you, and thanks for the tour. It was fascinating.
What about the job?
I'll get back to you.
Harris Wachowski received over $500,000 in the past 2 years.
Wachowski heads the Customs Service on the East Coast. He's responsible for clearing most of our European and African shipments.
Clark Behan in D.C.? Isn't he with the Justice Department?
I talked to Behan this morning. We have to wire another 20 into his account. He'll be sweeping the whole Seacourt investigation under the rug.
That's where it belongs.
Eddie, we're going to be paying a visit to Metro City real soon.
What's up?
Something big, and I want you to take charge of it.
You care to fill me in?
As our plans become more firm.
Well, this must be our contact in Metro. Cameron Westlake. Received $180,000 in the past 2 years.
Not bad for a mid-level detective.
I hope he's worth it.
She. And she is. Lock up when you leave.
Oh, my God.
I know. I can hardly believe it myself.
He's alive?
Where is he?
It's Bay City.
Well, maybe it's not Cole.
Frankie, look at him.
Maybe it's his twin?
Yeah, right. His evil twin. The woman he's with, that's Talia Massey.
Wait a minute, isn't her Uncle Joseph Massey?
That's the one. When I was still on the squad, I was assigned to the Organized Crime Task Force. The Masseys were taking over Metro, and Talia ran the illegal gambling operation.
Well, the old man kicked last year, didn't he?
Yep. And he was grooming her to take over the organization.
What happened to the task force?
The plug was mysteriously pulled. Allie, find out when the next flight is to Bay City and get me on it. He just drove up and he's with Talia.
It took all morning, but I finally hacked into Cole's classified personnel file. Turns out he has some history with the Massey organization.
Well, what'd you come up with?
There's a 6-month gap in his official record. It was buried in some top-secret file. 4 years ago, Cole was involved in a deep cover operation infiltrating the Massey organization. Now, the details are sketchy, but from what I can make out, he was on the verge of bringing them down.
Well, what happened?
I'm not sure, but it looks like he barely got out without his cover being blown.
Well, if he's got a past with these people, it might explain what he's doing here now.
Do you think it's another undercover job?
It might be. But why would he fake his own death and leave us in the dark?
You got me.
You know, Allie, it's hard to believe.
What?
I don't know. Maybe he's joined them.
Nebraska is due to dock in Metro at 4:15 tomorrow. 25 keys of a new drug called Frenzy on board.
How does that translate into dollars?
With its euphoric and addictive properties, we should have no trouble establishing a solid market base. And according to my projections, we should be looking at approximately $80 million net the first 6 months.
80 million? What is this stuff?
The Russians were experimenting with Frenzy on their soldiers. See, they wanted them to feel invincible. It did the job. But after taking it once, they were hooked.
Yeah, the last thing the Russians wanted was an army full of drug addicts.
But around here, junkies make up some of our best customers.
I'll be flying down tomorrow, Talia, to oversee the operation.
Cancel your reservation, John.
What?
Eddie will be overseeing the operation.
You gonna trust this punk over me?
You know, John, there's nothing more pitiful than a desperate old man that doesn't know when it's time to retire.
You know, I don't know why Joe left you in control of this company instead of me.
You want to know why? Because he wanted someone with vision running this organization, not some antique street hood.
Yeah, you would like me to take a walk, wouldn't you? You and I both know Joe guaranteed me a salary as long as I live.
You're right. It's exactly what he did. And I have every intention of living up to that.
I'm glad to hear that.
Get him out of here. And make sure he gets his severance check. Come on, Eddie. Let's go. We'll fly down to Metro City tomorrow morning.
You just blew away a guy you've known since you were a kid.
Yeah. Remember that.
That's for making us think you were dead.
What are you doing here?
I'll ask the questions, all right?
Look, Westlake, this has nothing to do with you.
I want answers.
Well, I can't give you any. Not now, and certainly not here.
All right, then. You do what you do best. Get in the car and drive.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yeah, now that we're out of the car. I was afraid it might be bugged.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it's a plain old Viper. Doesn't morph, have guns, or secret mics. So how'd you figure out where I was?
Well, it wasn't too hard with you parading around Bay City with Talia Massey. What the hell is going on, Cole? I mean, I'm sure whatever she's paying you beats the hell out of what you're making in the Viper project. Not to mention the fringe benefits.
I'm not doing this for money or fringe benefits.
Well, whatever your reason is, I hope it's worth the hell that you've put us through.
I had to do it this way, Cameron.
Why?
You're gonna have to trust me on this.
I trusted you once. Now I don't know.
You got the gun? I'm so dirty. Arrest me. Come on.
Get out of here.
Well, let me give you a ride.
Just go.
Time's the flight?
Company plane. It leaves when we get there.
We'll split up when we get to Metro. You'll rendezvous with our local contact, make sure everything goes smoothly, and the cops stay clear.
When and where is this rendezvous?
Here's all the information you'll need. I'll meet you at Pier 21 at 4:15 when the trawler's due to dock.
Wait a minute. I thought our Metro City contact was a detective named Westlake. Who's Lawrence Mott?
Mott's the chief of police.
I don't get it. Westlake was on the list.
Mott put her name on the account where his payoff money goes.
So she has nothing to do with our operation?
Maybe Mott had some kind of grudge against her. Or maybe he just closed his eyes and picked her name out of the clear blue sky. In any case, if the account's ever revealed, she's the one that'll take the fall. What, is something wrong, Eddie?
No.
Bringing frenzy into the country is a major move for us. Exclusive distribution of a powerful new drug could bump us up to a whole new level. And Eddie, I want you to be right by my side when that happens.
I haven't even... Yes, I understand, but things are in a state of flux here. That's very generous of you, Louis, but really, my hesitation has nothing to do with salary. Okay, tomorrow morning then. Thank you. Bye-bye. He just upped the ante by 20%. I have to give him an answer tomorrow morning.
Why are you hesitating? I mean, with all the insanity that's going on around here, we could all be out of a job.
Well, one thing I can say without fear of contradiction, the Viper's in a state of internal combustion nirvana. I mean, we're talking optimal running order here.
I'm glad to hear it, Frankie. It's about to get a workout.
Cole?
God, what are you doing here?
I wanted to fill you guys in.
Yeah, well, it's about time.
A couple of days before the explosion, I got a call from the director. The agency had an operative in the Massey organization. He uncovered their payoff list. Public officials on the take for hundreds of thousands apiece. Your name was on the list.
What? Me? That's crazy.
Have you ever had a run-in with Chief Mott?
Not personally. But years ago when they were beat cops, my dad caught him on the take. When he tried to turn him in, it was his word against Mott's.
Well, he's still on the take. And he's using your name on a slush fund account. Now, when the feds found that out, they were going to throw your butt behind bars forever.
So what stopped them?
Me. I told him to hold off busting you until I could figure out what was really going on.
So you figured if you saw my name on a payoff list, I mean, it had to have been a setup. Cole.
Look, I was 99% sure you were clean.
99.
When you saw me with Talia Massey, what the hell was going through your mind?
He does have a point, Cam.
Well, since I was familiar with the inner workings of their organization, I was able to get in quickly and hopefully get to the truth. But I was ordered not to tell you guys.
And the only way to keep us from finding out was to make us think you were dead.
It was either that or tell you I was in Tahiti for a month. I don't think you'd have bought that.
Thanks.
Come on, you'd have done the same for me.
So what's this tidbit you dropped about the Viper getting a workout?
Well, the FBI's been gathering evidence against Chief Mott. He's still in office, working for the Masseys, keeping MetroPol away from this drug shipment that's... Yeah.
Eddie, the trawler's an hour early. It's in the harbor now, docking in about 10 minutes.
I'll be right there, Talia. Westlake, meet me at Pier 21 in 15 minutes in the Defender.
Is it the drug shipment?
We're gonna finish the job I started 4 years ago, taking down this Massey organization.
You want me to go along?
You drive.
Find a cop within 5 miles from here.
Reynolds is right on time.
All right, we're getting close, Frank. You better more.
I get to push the button?
If you don't do it, I will.
Don't you even think about it, Allie, okay? Just keep your hands off. This one's mine.
The agreed upon fee, Captain Spassky.
Very good. We will release the cargo.
Владя, Миша, открывайте коробки.
What the hell is that?
It is the police. Drop your weapons and put your hands in the air.
They can't be serious.
I'm afraid they are, Talia.
Eddie?
Westlake, cabin door.
We've got a clear shot of Cole.
Help them out on board. I'm gonna catch a boat.
Allie, did you put in a call?
MetroPol's not responding, so I called the federal marshals.
Good going. They're here.
Now or never.
It's over, Talia.
Nice work, Cole.
Secord, how's the nose?
I gotta get the bandage on for a few weeks.
Small price to pay for bringing down Talia Massey.
Easy for you to say, not your nose.
Sequel. You stupid bastard. If this deal had gone down, I was gonna make you an equal partner.
I'd rather have the memory of you just like this, Talia.
Is at this moment being placed under arrest by federal authorities, apparently a part of a nationwide corruption scandal. What do you have to say about these charges?
Charges against me are complete lies and will be exonerated.
Sir, please.
Just missed Chief Mott being hauled away protesting his innocence.
Yeah, well, he'll be protesting that for the next 30 years.
So, Allie, what's this I hear about you leaving the project?
Nasty rumors. Don't believe a word of it.
So you decided?
I'm staying.
Good.
Hey, the team back together again. It's gratifying. Although, you know, there is one thing I'm just not quite clear on.
What's that?
You and Talia Massey, what was really going on there?
Oh, come on. You don't want me to go into all that?
Yeah, we do. We saw you.
You saw what?
Oh, you two were looking pretty tight.
All right, let me just put it this way. Sometimes during the course of an investigation, an officer is called on to make certain sacrifices. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah. How come I never get those calls? What?